Hi, Twin Flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. Harry's here, and he's saying a big hello, and he's blocking my view. Harry, what are you doing? Okay, that's better. he's not behaving today, which means that we might need to have a little chat later on. Okay. So I wanted to show you my glasses, and we'll put them on Harry here. Okay. He looks really good. All right. Hang on. All right, so let me put them back on. So I wanted to show you these glasses because you can go online and you can buy them, and if you're on the screen a lot, like on the computer or on on the phone, the blue light or whatever you want to call it can be really aggressive to your eyes. And so these glasses have like a filter, so when you're looking at the screen you can't see anything. I'm looking at my notes going, where are they? So I'm only joking. I can see, truly I can. So anyway. So Harry wanted you to meet his best friend today, just quickly before I get into the topic. And this is Larry. So Harry named his friend Larry so that it rhymes with his name. And so Larry is here with Harry, and they're best friends. I don't know that they're twin flames. Oh, they are twin flames. Wow, okay. No, he's joking. They're just best friends. Oh, good. All right, so we've got Harry and Larry, and they're going to just sit over there while I talk. Okay. Alrighty, so the topic today is, what is a twin flame, and or what is a twin flame connection? So this is a really broad topic, and in your spare time, if you wanted to look up the ideal of it, as written in places like the Bible, in places like with philosophers like Plato, he writes about twin flames. That's really interesting. But today I want to give you, my definition from the research I've done and from the experiences that I've listened to, and also, gained knowledge on. All right. So the definition of a twin flame, I'll be reading my notes so that I don't say the wrong thing. Because you could end up getting a totally different video if I do that. And of course, Harry and now Larry are here to sway me off course. How cute is Larry though, honestly? I really want to do this hairstyle one day. Anyway, there we go. Harry and Larry. Quiet now. I'm trying to concentrate. Good. All right. Please. Yes, I said please. Okay, I promise I won't talk to them after this video. I only do it on the video. Okay, so let's get into the serious topic now. I might have to timestamp this at 4:04. Let me just write that down for all the people who don't want to listen to my crazy talk before the topic. Okay, so the definition of a twin flame would be your best friend. Not just a best friend, but, the best friend that you ever had. A true companion, someone that complements you, your counterpart. A lover beyond your wildest dreams, a teacher, a friend, a confidant, someone you can tell anything to. Okay, so what I want to say now about twin flames as well is that you know, to know that it's a twin flame, you must feel an attraction. It will be more than lust. It will be as though you've met within a person all of your favorite things. Okay, so, you know, if you could imagine it like a smorgasbord of food, this person is like that. It's like all of your favorite foods right in front of you in a person. Okay, so a twin flame has the same soul template, or what you might call a blueprint, and you know, within this blueprint is the spiritual DNA, what I would call the spiritual DNA. So similar to, you know, how our bodies have DNA, but this is at a soul level, at a frequency level. Okay, so the expression of the soul of your twin and yourself will be complementing each other. So they're not opposites, and they're not the same polarity exactly. Okay, so, you know, this is why one twin might absolutely love, you know, hot chili sauce, and the other twin's like, no way, I would never have chili sauce. You know, there's going to be differences in the physicality and taste of each twin, but they will complement each other on a soul level and on a physical level as well. Okay, so what else? Okay, so the misconception is that, you know, there's two halves of one soul, you know, that need to come together because they need to be whole again. And I guess you could say that the twins do want to feel whole again, but in essence, the twin flame journey is about finding your own wholeness, right? So one twin finds their wholeness, and the other twin finds their wholeness, and then when they come together, it's a third energy of wholeness. So this is where the divinity comes in. Okay, so I'll try and explain this a little bit better. So, you know, if you cut up an orange in halves, you would say that, you know, there's two halves of the orange separately from one another. And so, you know, if you put them back together, then it becomes whole again. You know, this is not what the twin flames are on a soul level. On a soul level, we're talking about, you know, one soul that's split into two, but they are still whole within themselves, and then when they come back together, they create the third energy, which is divinity. So I hope that makes sense. Please put any questions down in the comments section. Okay, so the foundation of this topic, you know, what is a twin flame, or what is a twin flame connection, is that, you know, the most important thing is that you let go of any thoughts that may bring separation, and come into knowing that this is a journey to, first and foremost, the self, and into unconditional love of self, and then into unconditional love for your twin. Okay, so I'll try and say that again, but in a different way. Okay, so to come into union with your twin, okay, remember the twin flame journey is a spiritual journey. Okay, so there is spiritual effort involved, where, you know, anything that you are separated from within yourself will also separate you from your twin. Okay, so this is why so many spiritualists and coaches and twin flame teachers say that you need to come into union with yourself. Okay, so if you were to take a look at yourself, you know, under a microscope, and yeah, that might be, we won't do that. Harry says he will do that. He doesn't mind. He's got nothing to hide. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is there anything in yourself that you don't like? You know, do you subconsciously or consciously tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're too fat or too thin or too old or too young or too bossy or too I don't know. What do you see as your flaws? And the twin flame journey is where this beautiful, beautiful resonance comes about, where you say, well, hang on a minute, you meet your twin and you go, well, I unconditionally love my twin. I love everything about them, even when they're annoying or even when they're having a bad hair day. Right? Oh, even when they've got eye issues. You're right, I'm being silly. But you love them anyway. Okay, so if you can love your twin no matter what, then why can't you love yourself no matter what? Because the twin flame journey is a journey to self. Okay, so self-love, unconditional love becomes the most important thing on the journey, because what you do to yourself, you do to your twin, because you are the same soul, separate from one another for now. Okay, so this is why twins will come together and they'll have a conversation, and then you might even say, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, and they'll be like, yep, I'll talk to you tomorrow, and then you go and literally the shit, excuse my French, oh, Harry said that was inappropriate, but you know what I mean, can hit the fan. All right, the blurp can hit the fan. Let's do a bleepy sound instead of saying the word. Sorry about that. So all right, so you go into separation not because there's a runner and a chaser necessarily, but because one or both twins are either not feeling great and don't want to bring the energy back to the other twin, or because there's something within you that you haven't healed from. Okay, so if your twin has gone missing and you're wondering why, you need to take a look at yourself and see what's in you that you're missing. What are you running from yourself regarding? Okay, because they'll feel your energy when they talk to you, whether that's on the phone. Do you like my phone? Hi, how you going? I'm being so silly today. Harry's in a very silly mood, and Larry just wants to hug. Oh look, he just wants to hug Harry. They just love each other so much. Okay, so let's pretend that these two are twin flames just for fun. And oh, hang on, I just noticed Larry's being very inappropriate today, and he has no pants on. But that oh dear, maybe someone's twin flame has no pants on today. Goodness me. Harry, he's saying I'm being inappropriate. Doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, let's try and be serious just for a moment. Okay. So Larry is going to pretend, we're pretending Larry and Harry are twin flames, okay? So Larry's going to say, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for a great conversation. And Harry's going to go, yep, I'll see you tomorrow, right? And then they're going to supposed to come back together at the time they agreed on. And they go off and they start doing their daily, they go to bed and they wake up and then, of course, Harry says, I don't think I'm going to call Larry today because I'm not feeling so great. And Larry will be like, well, hang on a minute. Oh, whoopsie, sorry. Sorry, Larry. Larry will be like, well, why aren't you coming in? Okay. And there'll be this mental conflict going on with Harry. I'm not good enough. I don't think we can come together because I've got a pimple on my face, or I've got obviously it's going to be deeper than that, but it's going to be something within Harry that he doesn't see until they separate. And then he's going to go, oh my goodness, we can't come together in love because I'm not good enough, and I maybe I can't cook or clean properly, or that's a bit cliche. You know what I mean though? Like, I'm not good enough because, and then the conversation will start in the mind. Okay, so the message here is, the question originally was, what is a twin flame and what is a twin flame connection? Well, a twin flame is obviously the other half of your soul, coming into wholeness. Sorry, I'm trying to explain it best I can. So what is a twin flame? Okay, so yes, you're two separate souls, but you're whole, or you're going to become whole, hopefully, before you come into union. And if you're not, you'll keep separating and keep separating and keep separating and keep separating. Obviously, you'll separate if you've got jobs and things, and you'll separate, that kind of thing. That's normal. That's normal separation, where you have to go and do your physical reality. You literally can't just sit on a cloud and talk to one another 24 hours a day, because there's things that you need to get done. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, if your twin says, I'm going to show up for you, and then they don't show up for you, there's a reason, and it's within you. Okay, so I want you to look at yourself under a microscope and say, well, hang on a minute. If they're promising to come in and they're not coming in, and it's not a work thing, or that they're praying, or that they're doing some spiritual practice, or that they're busy with family, then why aren't they coming in? Okay, so I want you to look at yourself and say, what aren't I loving about myself? Because whatever it is that you're not loving about yourself is the key here. And it's also the key in the other relationships around you. Okay, so let's say you've got Auntie Kit and Uncle Mike and your brother Ben and your sister Joni. If you're not in union with these people around you that are in your life quite often, right, then you will also block the twin flame union as well. Okay, because the twin flame union, full-blown union, where you come together and perhaps move in together, perhaps get married, perhaps make a commitment to one another, is about unconditional love. So who aren't you showing unconditional love to, and why not? And if a person, place, or situation is there that you don't resonate with, can you let it go? Can you let it go? I want to talk about mirroring just briefly too. So obviously your twin flame is your mirror, and so they will reflect in you what needs to come up for healing. So you might have a great conversation with your twin, on a video call, on a Skype call, or on a text, and you feel fantastic and in love, and everything's going great, and then bam, you'll fall down in a heap and you'll feel like crap. And this is because they've literally triggered you energetically to heal something within you. Okay, so it might just be something as simple as just this is an example, right? So they might show you a picture of their favorite ice cream. They might send you a picture and say, gelati's my favorite ice cream, and I absolutely love I don't know, what flavors are gelato ice cream? Let me ask. Oh, okay. So coffee, right? Coffee flavored ice cream. Okay. And hang on, wrong ear. I've got my earphone in there. Hang on. Oh, and lemon. Okay. All right. So they might say my two favorite flavors is coffee and lemon ice cream, and and anyway, you'll talk about, oh, one day we'll get ice cream together when we finally meet, or something like that. And then the other twin will go off, and all of a sudden they might remember that their mother, before she passed away, bought her lemon ice cream. And so this causes a trigger in the other twin to be brought up for healing. And even though, the one twin didn't necessarily say this to trigger the other twin, it did trigger the other twin. And why? Because it's a spiritual connection and it comes up for healing. So it can just be something random that you don't even expect. You might just be talking about, I don't know, it doesn't have to be about a past loved one or anything like that. It could just be, a topic that you're passionate about, and then you remember that, you once had a best friend that was, passionate about that topic, and then they ghosted you, and then, all of a sudden you're remembering that, and it brings you into a heap. And so that's showing you what you need to heal. So, your twin flame isn't doing this on purpose to hurt you at all in any way, and they sometimes don't even know that they're bringing up all this stuff. And so they were supposed to come together, and Harry's like, oh my God, I'm not coming back until I feel better. And so then Larry is left wondering why. But Larry didn't do anything wrong at all. Larry did nothing wrong. Did you, Larry? Whoops, wrong ear. No. All Larry did was dye his hair purple. I'm so silly. So then when Harry feels better, he'll come in and Larry will be so relieved, and then they'll have another conversation, and then this time it might be the opposite way, and Larry will say, yep, see you tomorrow, and Larry will go off and go, oh, and Harry will be wondering, where on earth Larry go? Because he mentioned this lemon ice cream that brought up all these past things or whatever. Okay. So that's just an idea of what... I hope I answered the question. I don't even know if I answered the question now. What is the twin flame? Okay. Your best friend, your complement, your counterpart, your lover beyond your wildest dreams, someone who you feel whole with, someone who will trigger you and mirror the things within you that you need to heal for yourself, so that you can become whole and they can become whole. And then when you come together as two complete wholes, you WHOLE, two complete wholes, to make the third energy in divinity, right? Then you'll be in union forever, and you'll never separate ever and ever and ever, and you won't even go to work. You'll just be, stuck together. You'll get some blue tack or some glue, and you'll just be in union forever and ever and ever, making love all day, holding on to one another, cuddling. And it'll just be the Notebook, perfect ending like that. Except my videos are for entertainment purposes only, so I can't promise you a happy ending, but I do know, and I want to just say this as a final thing: let go of any thoughts about separation and start telling yourself that you are in union with your twin flame all of the time. Okay? And heal, go away and heal what you need to be healed. Forgive others who have hurt you in the past. Come into unconditional love with, your aunties, your uncles, your best friends, your I don't know, whoever these other people are, or let them go. Okay, come into union with yourself, love yourself, right? So then when you do come in on a call or on a text or on a sexy rendezvous, I'm joking, you can stay together. And then Harry will just say, look, I honestly just have to go to work for a few hours and I promise I'll be back. And then guess what? He'll come back. And Larry will be like, oh, I have to go and, to my auntie's wedding next week. And I'll go there and then I promise I'll come back. And then he'll come back. And then all of a sudden, all this separation that was occurring all the time, this coming back and forth, because there was healing needing to be done, will not happen anymore, because Harry will be whole and Larry will be whole, and then they can come together and be best. I mean, they're already besties, right? Aren't they? So, yes. Harry's saying he's embarrassed because he doesn't want to be a twin flame. Okay, well, you don't have to be a twin flame anymore. And Larry's saying he loves being a twin flame, and has he got a twin flame? So we'll have to do a tarot reading for Larry later on. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. I hope I answered some of the questions. The foundation of this is to come into unconditional love. Come to your highest frequency vibration, where you feel joy and love and completeness within yourself. This is why taking care of yourself is so important. Mind, body, soul, emotional core, and your chakras, all of the time. So we're going to go from joyful moment to joyful moment to joyful moment to joyful moment. And if something triggers you, go within and heal it. As I won't say as quickly as you can, because that's hard. Just do the best you can to heal it, so that you don't have to continually be in this phase of separation all the time. We don't want to be in separation all the time. I mean, yes, if you need to go to work, you need to go to work. And yes, if you've got Aunt Bessie's wedding, you need to do that. And yes, obviously that's normal separation, okay? But if you're separating because, you got triggered all the time, we want to remove those triggers. And it's always, always, always that you're running from yourself. Okay, no one's actually chasing and running. It's always really that you're running from yourself. Something in yourself that you need to heal. Have you got over that past loved one? Have you got over that trauma that you experienced when you were 2 years old? Have you come into union with the people, places and situations around you? And if not, do you need to let them go? Or do you need to try and, somehow come into unconditional love with these people, even if they're of lower vibration? Have compassion for them, have understanding for them. Don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, but come into a place where you can at least understand that they're on their own journey. Okay? Because if we want to create a new world, we have to be loving and we have to be compassionate for other people. We have to not judge them. And we have to also do that for ourselves. There's no good coming into unconditional love for your twin if you can't do it for yourself. Okay, you have to do it for yourself first. You have to love yourself first, right? You have to love the fact that you look ridiculous in these glasses. Or if you have bad curtains, right? Or if you spend your time speaking to an emoji and a troll in your spare time on your... He's all slippery because he's got no clothes on. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's my cue to go. I hope this video helped. If you need to reach out to me, please contact me. My details are in the description box below. I'm sending you love, peace and light. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. And have a great day, everyone. Bye.